We'll remind you of it a little bit later on the show, reminding you everything is always available for you on hsn.com. By the way, thank you so much for being here tonight. I'm Marlo, your host, and it's nice to be with you. And we have Mike Mezek, which many of you know, but if you're a new customer, Mike happens to be a numismatist, which is a coin expert, and you've been doing this pretty much all your life.
I have indeed.
All your life. What do we have here?
Well, the United States government in 1999 kind of reinvigorated a moribund industry, if you will. Coin collecting wasn't much anything in 1999. A bunch of coin geeks like me out there. Yeah. I was selling coins on television, of course, and doing that. And we were doing a lot of that. But, you know, it didn't have kind of the cachet it has today. That was changed by the American state quarters. The United States government, in a stroke of genius, decides to commemorate every single state in the Union on the back of the venerable Washington quarter. And that's exactly what we have here. And they did it 5 per year until they did every state and all of the United States territories as well that you see right down here. So they started these in 1999, and the response was immediate. The response was overwhelming. The response was 100% amazing. What I have got here is the United States government original issue packaging. The original issue packaging of the United States government, as you can see here, the United States government original state quarter proof sets. The original state quarter proof sets that you're going to have right there, all 10 of them, and the territorial quarters, 11 sets total. With shipping and handling, they were originally $20 a piece from the United States government. We're selling the entire block for $199.95. By the by, when you get these, they're going to come to you in this spectacular custom display box as well that you're going to see right here. Check that out. Isn't that absolutely stunning? Absolutely stunning, absolutely amazing that you're going to have with that. And they're all displayed at this incredible angle, so it's quite easy to pick them out, to be able to see what's going on with each and every one of these coins. I've got a certificate down in there I want to try to get out. That's good. That's going to come with this as well. This is just one of those incredible and amazing United States government issue sets, just as it was done from the United States government. So they come in the custom display box right there. Now, here's the special part to me. You rarely see them in the original government packaging like this. And the reason for that, okay, the reason for that is very clear. Because it's quite easy, as a matter of fact, it is the preferred method of doing it, to break them open and sell them individually. Okay, to sell them individually. And I have here, this is a nationally advertised catalog. And so what I did is I took some of their prices of these coins and I decided to bring out individually. And I want to focus on this set right here. So you're paying about $18 a set. Individually, these coins right here, $18.50, $18.50, $18.50, $18.50, and $25. You're basically $100 for the 2008s. You're basically half the price of the sets for just the 2008 set that you're going to have right there. And then you've got these right here. These are the quarters. Those are $7 a piece. Those are the territorial quarters that you're going to have in there as well. And it's $7 a piece times 6. So you're about 150 bucks, virtually the price of the entire set, in just the final 2 years. In just the final 2 years is what this is right here. And you're gonna have 99, 2000, 2001, 2002. $18.18, thank you very much. So basically this right here accounts for 5 of the sets right here, all in a single set, because $18.50, $18.50, $18.50, $18.50, and $25 is what you're going to have right there. Remember, so every single one of these, all in the original government packaging that you're going to have, and then